Okay.
Okay, so go to Manual for Teachers, section 10, paragraph 3.
All right, let me find the manual in here. I haven't been to the manual in here. I've just been opening up. I've kind of been doing random. It's been
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's the last book, or one of the last books. Not
Oh, it's at the end?
yeah, toward the end.
All right. Oh, I'm going to read this again. I haven't read the manual for so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manual's fantastic.
I know.
All right, section 10, paragraph 3.
Okay, the aim of our curriculum.
Yes, let's start there. You want to start with that one?
Yeah.
Start reading?
Yeah, you want to read?
Okay.
Okay.
We can take turns.
Okay.
The aim of our curriculum, unlike the goal of the world's learning, is the recognition that judgment in the usual sense is impossible. This is not an opinion, but a fact. In order to judge anything rightly, one would have to be fully aware of the inconceivably wide range of things, past, present, and to come. One would have to recognize in advance all effects of his judgment on everyone and everything involved in them in any way. And one would have to be certain that there is no distortion in his perception, so that his judgment would be wholly fair to everyone on whom it rests now and in the future. Who is in a position to do this? Who, except in grandiose fantasies, would claim this for himself? All right, go. You want to read 4?
Yeah. Remember how many times you thought you knew all the facts you needed for judgment and how wrong you were. Oh, you had me read 4.
That wasn't intentional.
Oh, God.
But if the shoe fits.
Yeah. It's kind of horribly comfortably. Would you know how many times you merely
You missed a line. You missed a line. Go back up. One line.
Oh, is there anyone who has not had this experience?
Yeah, so you don't have to worry.
Good. That's comforting.
Yeah.
Would you know how many times you merely thought you were right without ever realizing you were wrong? Why would you choose such an arbitrary basis for decision making? Wisdom is not judgment. It is the relinquishment of judgment. Make then but one more judgment. It is this: there is someone with you whose judgment is perfect. He does know all the facts, past, present, and to come. He does know all the effects of his judgment on everyone and everything involved in any way. And he is wholly fair to everyone, for there is no distortion in his perception.
Okay. Therefore lay judgment down, not with regret, but with a sigh of gratitude. Now you are free of a burden so great that you could merely stagger and fall down beneath it. And it was all illusion, nothing more. Now can the teacher God rise up unburdened and walk lightly on. Yet it is not only this that is his benefit. His sense of care is gone, for he has none. He has given it away along with judgment. He gave himself to him whose judgment he has chosen now to trust instead of his own. Now he makes no mistakes. His guide is sure, and where he came to judge, he comes to less. Where now he laughs, he used to come to weep. That's the last paragraph. You want to read that one?
Sure. It is not difficult to relinquish judgment, but it is difficult indeed to try to keep it. The teacher of God lays it down happily the instant he recognizes its cost. All of the ugliness he sees about him is its outcome. All of the pain he looks upon is its result. All of the loneliness and sense of loss, of passing time and growing hopelessness, of sickening despair and fear of death, all these have come of it. And now he knows that these things need not be true. not one is true. For he has given up their cause, and they which never were, but the effects of his mistaken choice have fallen from him. Teacher of God, this step will bring you peace. Can it be difficult to want but this? Wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's humbling, isn't it, to realize all those points that he's making there? How we think-
Yeah, it's humbling, but it's comforting,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, because if you can just remember to just do it.
Yeah. Or at least remember to do it. Whether we do it or not, the more we remember, the better chance we'll have.
Well, I think, I don't know, God, I just don't, not to sound arrogant, but I mean, I think I don't know, we're definitely better at it, that's for sure.
Yeah, remembering, because we've had a lot of practice.
I think,
Not only that, we have each other, all the people in our lives that are attuned to another level around us. As the Course says, it even goes further, he says also, there's nothing else but the Holy Spirit's voice. In other words, it's not that the Holy Spirit isn't speaking to us every moment. It's just that we're not listening every moment. That's the only difference. So no matter what's going on, everyone's voice evokes the Holy Spirit in some form. And then what I've discovered for myself is there's two forms. One is help, the Holy Spirit is direct help, I experienced the direct help. And the other form it comes in is a call for help.
yeah,
That's the other form it comes in. But either way, it's the Holy Spirit signaling to us, calling to us to pay attention, basically.
you remember that story, I told you, but so I won't repeat it if you remember it, but you remember this time, I'm gonna get out of this because it just doesn't have enough energy to get there. So I'm gonna see if I can, but this is just great to know. Can you, before I go any further, can you highlight this like you can a Kindle or anything like that? Can you mark it?
Not really.
Okay,
No.
all right.
But if you have your book beside you, it makes it easy to refer to it later in your book. You can highlight it in your book or something.
Do you highlight yours? Yeah, okay.
Highlight, annotate, make pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really, this thin paper, and the thicker paper and the bigger books, you could do it, but I haven't tried it on this one. I've been just doing little of those little sticky
Yeah,
things.
you got to be careful with your highlighter, though. That's the thing. You got to get a really weak highlighter, not a real strong one, because if you're strong, it'll go onto the other page.
That's why I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
use
The
old.
other-
I use old ones. Old highlighters work really well because they just barely highlight it, and it's enough.
Yeah, just that little bit. But the thing about what it is like my other book, which is in the other room, is, it's got those little,
Yeah.
these little things,
Little tabs.
5,000 of them.
Yeah.
But
I know it's kind of dumb. Eventually, I highlight the whole course.
every time I read something, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
Lee, got to remember that one.
I know the feeling. Anyway, back to this or something better.
Yeah, it's exactly where I was going.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, if you had a thought, go with it.
Well, the better part, you see, that's the part that's the judgment. What's
Right.
better, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's why I was, pointing to that. Not that it's wrong or bad or anything. It's not like that. It's just that when we think something's better or worse, it's our limited view of judging it. It's not the Holy Spirit's judgment. The Holy Spirit doesn't judge good or bad. It only judges truth or illusion. That's it. Truth or illusion, correct or incorrect, view, perception, whatever. It doesn't have good or bad. It doesn't use those terms. That's uniquely ego. This is really good. This is really bad.
And who was it? I don't remember where that was. Oh, I think maybe it was Alan Watts I was listening to the other day, but anyway, he said, it's like my sister said, oh my God, this weather is horrible.
Yeah.
And he made that reference, it's just weather. It's just, this is what the weather is today.
Yeah.
We're saying it's great, it's beautiful, or it's not beautiful because the rain's not beautiful or whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
Do
just.
you yeah. Remember the story when I went to Las Vegas? This was after we were divorced. And I went to, remember Las Vegas with this guy?
Vaguely.
Where I was across from the crap table where the guy accused me of taking his chips, that story.
I didn't hear that one.
You don't remember this story?
Mm.
I was still living in Marin, and I went to Las Vegas. I met this guy. I was out of my mind. But anyway, I was a nice guy.
You were out for a good time.
I was ready for a good time. I was ready for something different.
Yeah.
And he said, let's go to Las Vegas. And I went, I remember I didn't really want to, but I did. I did a lot of things I didn't really want to do. That was one of them. Anyway, I went to Las Vegas. Las Vegas has never been a big deal for me. Anyway, when I used to go with my first husband, he gambled. Joe was a big gambler, and he went to the big hotels. He got junkets, and we got royally taken care of and all that big stuff.
Yeah.
I hated it, but I went. It was his thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy goes to like all the hole in the wall casinos. I mean, sleep is like, really? This is where we're going? But I was compliant.
Yeah.
So we go into this casino, and it's really weird because it's like one of those halls. What are those old military VA halls kind of a thing? It was weird.
Old
really
military what kind of halls?
Like VA.
Oh, VA. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
That kind of feel to it.
Yeah, like
It wasn't-
rectangular boxes.
Exactly. And it wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But there were people there. I mean, it was a casino. Anyway, so I decided to play craps. Play the crap table.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because you're in black. It was so funny because this morning I pulled out a black top. That's the third time I haven't told you that. But anyway, it's the third day in a row that I went to pull for something and then I changed my mind. But anyway, and you're in black.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just interesting to me that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm at the crap table. I walk up to it, and then I look up, and this guy is directly across from me, just like I am in this meeting with you, just directly across.
Not the guy you came with. Gotcha.
And he was sinister looking. It was weird being across the table from that guy. So anyway, blah, 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 goes around. I think there were maybe 4 people at this table. It was pretty empty, maybe 5. And
Hold on.
I don't,
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
go ahead. Can I say hi? Hi.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Oh, gosh, it's nice to meet you. I can hardly believe it. God, you're handsome.
Crazy, right? This guy had a kid. Is that something?
Guy had a handsome kid. My, good job. I know there's
Okay.
more.
Well, it was
Good
good to
job.
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for
All right.
taking the
She's in
time. I
Austin.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, come. If you ever get to Austin, you got to come see me.
Okay. I probably won't be there for anytime soon, but if I ever do, I'm not big on the heat. But maybe during the winter.
It happens to be like 34 today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It depends on when you go there.
Yeah, maybe during the winter. All right, I'm gonna get back to my
All right.
stuff here.
Okay.
Thanks.
You guys have fun.
All right.
Thank
See you later.
you.
So
They must be all over him. I mean, golly. Jeez, Barry. I mean, God, he's gorgeous. Jeez. That was nice. I'm glad he took the time. I didn't know if he would or not. So
yeah,
nice.
whenever I'm in a Zoom meeting, I don't want him to feel like he has to meet everybody or anything. You know, I always give him choice.
He didn't have a
And
lot
he
of
asked
choice.
to basically one time. I forget who I was talking to. One time he did.
Did he?
Yeah, one time.
He was willing to this time. That's good.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
anyway, yeah, back to
So long story made short, something happens. I don't know. I've got money on the line
yeah,
and everyone won.
right.
And I reached for the chips. And then all of a sudden this guy went completely, totally berserk. I mean, when I say berserk, I'm not kidding, berserk.
Yeah.
And the police came and he said, she stole my chips. You know, she took did I tell you the story? Do you remember it now?
Oh, I don't remember this at all.
It was a nightmare.
I bet.
The whole security. I mean, everyone's around this table and I'm going like, what the fuck happened? You know, I have absolutely no idea what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe I picked up 6 chips. I don't know. They were mine. Anyway, everything clears, gets quiet again. And he's still across from me. And I didn't leave the table. I kept thinking, leave the table, you idiot. What are you standing here at this table with this psychopath? So the croupier comes back and he pushes the dice toward me. I don't know if you've been at a crap table, but they're at the bottom. And you know, you reach, because they control the dice. So it's in front of you and you pick up the dice. And then I looked at him. He put his bets down and he put it on a double 12, which is the highest paying, hardest number to get.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna put it on 12 and you're gonna win, you're gonna do fine.
Yeah.
So I looked over and I saw he had put it on double 6s, which is double 12, or which is 12.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I went, this one's for you. And I threw it. So I threw 12. He won a stash of money. Well, because what happened, what I left out was that his whole thing was a call for help.
Yeah.
I realized it was a call for help.
Yeah.
I knew that then.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Well, you helped him.
well, he sent me back probably $500.
Really?
Yeah, it was a huge win for him. And because I saw him put it on the 12, and that was when I said, you know, this is for you.
So he
After
puts
he
it on
called the
12 and you,
police on me. Huh?
Yeah. They put it on the numbers and then whoever's turn it is throws it. Is that how it works?
After you place your bet,
Yeah.
croupier sends the dice to you. No one can touch the table, really, more or less.
Yeah.
And then someone rolls and you hope they roll what you want.
Yeah. Got it.
So anyway, it was, I went,
That's sort of like a once in a lifetime experience, isn't it?
it was, because if obviously, you know, 20 years later, I remember it
Yeah. Yeah.
very, very clearly.
Definitely. definitely. I
Mhm.
remember something like that for sure.
Yeah. Well, that was the Course in Miracles, though. That was strictly because I was definitely, that's where I was saying when, you remember, there's certain things we just remember comes back
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
naturally.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a huge let go on your part, right?
Well, I don't know about the let go as much as I did let go, but it was a real strong recognition of a call for help because I thought to myself, why are you standing here in front of this man? He has not left and you haven't left either. And he
Yeah,
just called the police on you. You've just been questioned, surrounded. I said, it was traumatizing. And maybe that was why I was there. I don't know, but
yeah. That's like I said, it's a once in a lifetime, very intense experience. But when I said let go, you literally let go. You threw the dice, you
oh
threw
yeah,
the dice, big let
I
go. You didn't know how it was going to turn out, right? Could have been the worst throw.
could have been. And it could have been not a big win for him.
Yeah, and that would made him even madder. More upset. So you bet the house.
I bet the house.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to make any money on it. I didn't have any money on 12.
No.
They threw all those coins, those chips at him, and he took it and he looked at me and he just pushed them all the way across me.
Hey, maybe that's a trick he does every time he plays, He says, "Oh, you stole the thing." Oh yeah, I'll show you. Here's $1 million. He got that figured out a long time ago or something. I doubt it.
They have.
I'm just
Yeah, I
joking.
doubt it, but I know it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that was a pretty traumatic weekend all around.
Yeah. Well, you learned a lot, right?
I did. And I think it's one of the, would you use the word tenets of the course
Yeah.
that has stuck with me? Call for help.
Call for help. Yeah. Yeah. And the beauty of it is always answered if we're willing to accept it or give it, give it or accept it.
Viv, by the way, had her endoscopy. And what is it? Endoscopy?
I don't know.
Endoscopy yesterday. And this, whatever is wrapped around her pancreas, it's wrapped around. It's not in it. It's wrapped. There's something that's wrapped around, and there's something that is in that area that either keeps the pancreas separate from the small one. That's the large intestine. Anyway, he said there's no, they don't think he didn't even do a biopsy of it. He said it's not a mass. He said, it's just something wrapped around, and that's what's causing that pain when you move. There were spots on her liver. So now, but she's had spots before. So they have to do another liver test, another test on the liver. She's still not done, but no cancer of the pancreas.
Well, that's good. That's good. Do they have to operate or something to remove the thing?
I don't know what they're going to do.
Huh, that's weird.
I don't even think it's supposed to be removed. I think it just got tight or something. I think everyone has this. I don't know.
Well, you know for sure it's not cancer then.
I know. And it's
That's-
not in her pancreas, which is really where the real issues are.
Yeah, yeah. But she was happy about that, right?
Yeah, she's still nervous because now she's got these spots on her liver. So, but she's had these spots before, but she evidently has more now. I don't know. She has kind of like these little blood clot things in her liver. I don't know.
Yeah. Does Is that, so that may, that indicates the possibility of cancer on the liver thing?
Well, now they don't really know. She's had those spots for like 20 years, but I don't know if she has new spots, and I don't know, because cancer of the liver is pretty tough too.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
so sometimes that's an indication of the possibility of cancer, spots on the liver. Got it. Okay. When's she getting that checked out,
Another something they're scheduling.
Yeah.
No end.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, there's an end.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. That's how it feels. No end to it. All right. Well, bless her heart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you have 2 more minutes? You have a couple more minutes?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I'm good.
I've got 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay.
So in a way, it's so funny because Gurdjieff said the most powerful thing there is, and this is just, different philosophers, of course,
Yeah.
is a wish.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, that I don't know how the court, because it doesn't sound like the course supports that.
Well, again, it's the course. It's just distinct teaching, and it's very self-contained. If you try to mix in things with the course, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work to take the course and mix it in with other stuff. It's it's within itself. There's nothing in the course that has anything to say about any other practice or path or anything like that. It's like opening a can of chicken noodle soup, Campbell's chicken noodle soup. You get what's in the can, and you can mix it with other stuff, but it's not the chicken noodle soup anymore.
Right. But let me ask you this, just because I know you've delved into so many other things anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
we could just do Alan Watts all by itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't sense any conflicts personally in this,
About the wish.
yeah,
Well, it would be a
other
conflict.
than it would be ego.
Yes. Of course, very specifically says the ego wishes, hopes and dreams, and
Right.
and
That's what I read.
and the Spirit, Holy Spirit, wills. It's part of God's will. So it makes a distinction between will and wish. Very strong distinction between them. So a wish in the context of the course, I don't know how Gurdjieff meant it. In the context of the course, wish is the ego. Will is the spirit. They're two distinct things. Now, in Hubbard's work, he had a very similar saying. He said, when you want something, if you have a desire for something, and you just have a light wish for it, rather than a strong desire, it's more likely to manifest with a light wish than a strong desire.
I can see that.
Yes.
That is such great. I wish I had more time. I have a 10:30.
Yeah, no problem.
It's okay, because I would like to continue this piece.
Okay, about wishing and willing and.
Yes, because I have a girlfriend. I was on the phone with her last night, and oh my God, she really, 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 really wants a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point that, you can just see that energy is pushing it away from her.
Yes.
Almost more than there's a relaxed little bit of a, how could you let it come to you if it's in, I'm going to say
the word that helps me a lot in that context real quick is just preference. I would prefer to have a relationship. See, that makes it a lot lighter than I need a relation. I want a relationship, that feeling, right? So preference is a good word to work with in that way. Preference is lighter than need.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything to her last night. She's come to me a lot for for stuff. And so I've become a better listener, actually.
Yeah.
Really rather be a compassionate listener at this stage of the game. I mean, it took me all these years to learn this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, we can pick this up next time.